Hi folks, Phil here, probably with the last video on Clearwater Airsoft for this year. And today we're going to talk Glocks. I make no apologies for being a bit of a Glock fanboy. Always like them, always used them when I've played Airsoft. Big fan of the Marui Glocks, but in the last sort of 12 months I've really been taken with the GHK ones. So if you're not new to my channel, you will already have seen my GHK Glock 45 Gen 5 MOS, which means it's got the mountable optics slide. And you'll know what I think about this. I think it's a really nice gun. Because it's striker fired, there's very little resistance because you don't have the roller that you normally find on a Marui gun here. So it makes it a lot slicker, in my opinion. And I always wanted the Glock 17 MOS as well. I mean, these are now, thanks to Glock, 2 generations old, because they had the Gen V and now the Gen 6 has been released. But I still really like these. I like the chamfered cut on the front. I like the grip profile. I like the texture of the grip. It's really, really very grippy, but without being overly aggressive. I do like that you have an ambidextrous slide release, although on this particular gun, for some reason, it's a bit finicky. The one on the right hand side doesn't seem to work very well on this one, so that's a bit of a bummer. I might have to look into it, why that is. But basically this is just a slightly longer version of the G45. It's got the full length dust cover and then the slightly, and it is only slightly longer slide. So I would say that this is obviously the granddaddy of the Glocks, really, the G17. The G45 fits somewhere between this and the G19. I've always liked the G19, but I just found the pistol grip was a little bit short. It's okay. I don't have massive hands, but the 45 just seems to fit and I can handle it, and it's really pointable. But the G17 is a classic, and what sort of Glock aficionado wouldn't have a G17 in their collection? Now the great thing is, because it's a licensed Humorex product, you've got all the correct Glock trademarks on the slide, on the pistol grip. You've got the markings on the breech, including Glock, and the proof mark housings, proof house marks even. Get over yourself. There you go. There you got Glock on the slide there too. It's a really nice replica, and like I said, the reason I didn't get one of these originally was because they made some changes for the Gen 2, which is what the G45 was. So I was waiting for these to come out in the Gen 2. So it's got the same top dead center adjustable hop unit, which works really well, I've got to say. It's really good on that one. But then it's got the newer trigger mechanism. So it's got the sort of 2 kilo trigger pull. Just like a real Glock, it's absolutely awful trigger, but it is realistic at least. As a reset, and yeah, it just feels a bit funny, but especially if you use airsoft triggers, this feels more like a real Glock. I've fired a few Glocks, luckily, over the years, and it does feel like that. They are pretty awful. So yeah, I think GHK have done a really good job. Oh, the only thing I've changed on this is I put a flamingo hop rubber in there to see what it's like in the pistol. I've got one in my Noveski N4, and it worked really well in the gas blowback rifle, so I want to see what it does in the pistol. So I've got that. That's it. Otherwise, this is completely stock. Handles 0.3 BBs, absolutely fine. It's got a pretty good range on it, actually, easily out to 45 meters, but I'm not making pistol shots at 45 meters. My eyesight isn't that good. It uses the same mags as the G45, and you can see you've got the twin engagements for the mag release. I like the fact that they don't have the spring guide down the front, so it looks more realistic. They have the right markings on the bottom, and then they have like the markings on the back and the fake round counts, which I might colour in with some acrylic paint at one point. If you've got one of the gas keys that works with pretty much every pistol, you will find it won't fit over the valve on the back here. So I'm not sure if GHK do one. But these are absolutely awful to load. The speed loader that comes with them is atrocious. I ended up loading them 1 BB at a time. So I literally do only put 16 BBs in because I've lost the will to live after doing 4 of them. And gas efficiency wise, I think they take a bit of running in, because the ones I got when I got my G45 are okay now. The G17 one, I got another couple of mags. They don't, you can put like 10 seconds, 20 seconds of gas in, and sometimes it'll do a full mag, sometimes it won't. But over a few mag cycles, it sort of settles back down to being where you would expect it to be. So it does work in the end, but it is a little bit hit and miss at the beginning. They're also very light, which is nice. Nobody likes carrying around loads of extra weight. And they're also very expensive. I think they're 60 quid or something ridiculous, which is just an absolute joke. I got mine and the pistol from Action Airsoft in Taiwan, which is like my go-to for gas blowback stuff these days. So it was a little bit cheaper, I think, with import duty. The pistol and an extra spare mag was about 200 and something pounds. So it's about on par with what the pistol over here costs. So I didn't mind too much. But yeah, this is the GHK Gen 2 Glock 17 MOS, sorry, version 2, so Gen 5. So it's their version 2 with all of the extra features that they incorporated on the Glock 45 into its moderately bigger brother. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that, folks, and thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the new year. Take care. Bye-bye.